It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out in the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. The Penguins Cup Championship show. The Penguins Cup playoff show. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show. Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
What a wonderful day!
Welcome to Temple Strength and Sport Performance, where we empower you to reach new heights in strength, speed, and athletic performance. Temple is here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, join him in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, and discover the difference. For more information, call 412-527-1755. Start your journey with us today.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
The 2025 PIHL High School Hockey Playoffs are on TenbandTV and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Tonight from the RMU Island Sports Center on Neville Island, D2 semifinals, and we'll start with number 1 Morgantown and the two-time defending champion, the 4th-seeded Neshannock Lancers. Good evening and welcome to 2025 Penguins Cup and D2 playoff coverage here on TBTV and HSSN alongside Bob Orquist, Matt Vandriak, center ice with you here tonight. Bob, number 1 Morgantown, the juggernauts of D2, 20-1 overall, champions of the Gold Division. Neshannock, 15-6 overall, the Lancers, regular season champions of the White Division.
So Morgantown basically rolling through their competition. 169 goals, tops in the entire PIHL. 38 goals allowed, and they've got 4 of the top 5 scorers in Division 2. Along the way to their victory over Gateway in the quarterfinals, the opening round. 19 straight wins, including that win over Gateway. Also including a 4-3 win on February the 3rd at Neshannock. Neshannock's won 7 of 9, including their win over Connellsville, which got them into the semifinals, Matt, which is a place they're used to being, right? Because they're working on a three-peat in the D2 playoffs.
Neshannock, Bob, looking for, as you said, their 3rd straight championship victory. Neshannock program that started a while back, and as I guess from Drake would say, started at the bottom, now we're here. And looking for their 3rd straight championship. Morgantown, a very similar story. Underneath of head coach Rob Rockus, he started this program over 4 years ago. He had 9 freshmen. Those 9 freshmen are seniors now, and they're the foundation for this potential championship house that Morgantown has built. Looking to be the first West Virginia team to win an Open Cup since John Marshall did it in 2011.
And so they're in high waters. Actually, Rob Rockus is also part of their national team, head coach. They've got some success there. I put this note down here specifically for you. He's a WVU grad, so there you guys have that in common.
We had a brief discussion about important things like High Street and Sunnyside before this one started.
And Mark Malteri, who's the head coach for Neshannock, he's been around because prior to Neshannock, Kennedy Catholic was the team who played in the PIHL. He was their head coach, so he's been there, but he's used to this success. He knows how good they are offensively, and he knows defense and grittiness is a key for the Lancers here in this one.
Talked about the numbers, Bob. Morgantown, the highest scoring team in D2 in the regular season, allowing the least amount of goals, averaging 8.6 goals per game, allowing 1.8 goals against through the regular season and playoffs so far. Neshannock was the fourth highest scoring team in D2 during the regular season, allowed the fifth lowest amount of goals against. The Lancers come in playoff and regular season averaging 4.9 goals per game, giving up an average of 3.3 against. Let's talk about the road to RMU for these two sides. You already touched on it. Morgantown rolled over number 8 Gateway 11-0 in the quarterfinals last Tuesday night. That game was at the Printscape Arena at South Point. Neshannock, a much tougher battle. They knocked off number 5 seed Connellsville and division rival Connellsville 4-3 in the quarters last Monday night at the Hess Arena, Newcastle.
Cooper Cox had 3 goals and 2 assists in the win for the Mohawks, and John DiPartolomeo had a goal and 4 assists, also 5 points in the 11-0 shutout over Gateway. Sam Mezzanot had 2 goals, including the game winner in that one, and his teammate Brady Legore had a goal and an assist in the win for Neshannock. Trip Johns was in goal for that. He made 29 saves. It's a switch up and I guess a rotation because Lincoln Cox has not lost the game all year for Morgantown. Got the shutout over Gateway, but it's Ben Wilson, the sophomore, who gets the start tonight for Morgantown.
Yeah, you talked about the keepers, Bob. You have the numbers for them as well. Trip Johns, part of a goaltending tandem for Neshannock on the season. He split the net with Nolan Wilson most of the way. And the other side, as you mentioned, Lincoln Cox was perfect, but we've also seen Ben Wilson play, and as you mentioned, play some big minutes as well.
So 9 wins on the season now for Trip Johns. 8-2-1 through the regular season, and he got the win the other day, making 28 saves in the win over Connellsville. Ben Wilson has only played 5. This will only be his 6th game, but he's 4-1 during the regular season at .237 goals against and an 87 save percentage. So they go with the sophomore over the senior in this one for Coach Rockus.
Morgantown in that game against Gateway, the Mohawks led it 2-0 after the first period, then struck 6 times in the second frame en route to that blowout win. Neshannock beats Connellsville 4-3 in the quarters we mentioned. The Lancers jumped to a 2-0 first period lead. The Falcons battled back to tied in the opening frame. Neshannock led 3-2 after 2 and 4-2 in the third before Connellsville cut the deficit to a goal. Both teams scored in the first 5 minutes, that is, of the final period as well.
1 for 2 on the power play for Morgantown in that game. Probably want to stay out of the box if you're Neshannock, Matt. 40% conversion rate for Morgantown on the power play during the regular season.
Take a pause. The teams line up. We'll get our national anthem here and talk a little bit more about this one. This will be the second time these teams met, Bob. We'll make sure we touch on that as well.
At this time, we ask you please rise as you're able, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the flags beside the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, if you've tuned in to the PIHL Penguins Cup playoffs throughout the week, while the recorded version of Jeff Chiverson may sound good, you may have been disappointed if you were anticipating a live rendition of the national anthem by RMU's own John Tucci, but I guess like Hall & Oates said, you're out of Tooch, he's out of time.
I can't top that. Maybe we'll get Tooch later on. You talked about it. So on February 3rd, a 4-3 win for Morgantown. Telez, Gruber, and Mezzanot had a goal and an assist Chip John made 29 saves, and John Z. Bartolomeo had 2 assists. Cooper Cox 2 goals for Morgantown. Maybe here is why Ben Wilson is in the net. He had 16 saves and was the winning goalie against Neshannock on February the 3rd.
Wilson will be in the net to our right. The Mohawks decked out in the home white jerseys with the red and blue trim. Left to right, Neshannock. They're decked out in the gray, red and white. So, Bob, the storyline here, Neshannock looking to three-peat as D2 Open Cup champions, trying to get one step closer. That's a familiar verse for you there, as they will take on Morgantown, who's looking to become the first West Virginia school to win an Open Cup in the PIHL since John Marshall did it back in 2011.
The question is, Matt, who's about to break?
A very good question indeed. Talking to these coaches, Rob Rockus said in order for Morgantown to not be the team to break, they need to play fast. He said this team plays an 80s-style Edmonton Oilers-type hockey. They want to draw penalties, take advantage of their power play opportunities, and they're expecting Neshannock to bring the physicality, which head coach Mark Multeri said is key for Neshannock to be successful here tonight, is a big part of the reason why they took the Mohawks to overtime in that game back on February the 3rd. Morgantown after it, dumping it into the Neshannock zone. John Monitis finds it behind the visitors' net. Works it up the far side to the right wall. It's kept in there by Weston Maisie. Monitis finds it, brings it around here to the near side. Lancers trying to find an exit. Pushed back towards the Lancer net. Taken there by Sam Mezzanot. So both teams out here, Bob, with their top guys to go head-to-head here to get it started. Thrown back towards the net by Vinny Sandolfini. It goes wide. Morgantown, a good job of forward-checking, keeping the pressure in here. Gino Valenti all the way around. Valenti towards the net, stick to side. Valenti, the captain of this Mohawks team. And our first save of the night made by Trip Johns, and the Lancers get into the neutral zone.
Valenti had Di Bartolomeo cruising around in front. They did a great job of keeping the pressure up for about 30 seconds on the forecheck.
Brady Legore has his pocket picked. Back the other way comes Cooper Cox. Cox moves it ahead. Wrist shot coming and getting his shoulder on Hollander's offering is Trip Johns. Two Morgantown players collide over on the far boards. Pushed back by the Mohawks here. Hank Wilson has his pocket picked. Here comes Xander Telez. Telez down the right side, gets around the defender. Telez bodied up. Good stiff check there by Hank Wilson.
That's the way to play it, right? Telez had a steam coming down in the right corner. Really good body check and a counterattack coming for Morgantown.
Di Bartolomeo drops it back, but Hollander in. However, his teammate was already across the line, and that was Cooper Cox. Bob, we talked about Cox. You mentioned it, having that huge opening round, that 5-point victory, a hat trick, and 2 assists in the 11-0 Mohawks victory over Gateway.
33 goals, 26 assists, 59 points in the regular season. Second in the D2 classification to his teammate, Jacob Hollander. 28 goals, 42 assists, 70 points for Hollander during the regular season.
Mohawks from the draw set it back up into their own zone. Hank Wilson up the near side, chipped in by Jacob Hollander. Cox going to chase after it. Cox in tight. He rings it off the mask of Trip Johns. Saw that extra gear there for Cooper Cox as he just stepped on the pedal and got a good shot from in tight, and Johns used his head literally to make that save. Will Kinchlow dumps it in. Around the horn now come the the Mohawks that is, and the Lancers. You may hear me say Mohegans a couple of times. Morgantown High School, back when I was at WVU, was known as the Mohegans. Shot towards the net, misses, follow-up try, score! Sam Mezzanot puts the mesh in motion early, and Neshannock out to a 1-0 lead.
So it's mostly all pressure at the left end, the other end, including that save by Ben Wilson by Trip Johns using his mask. But the first opportunity comes for Neshannock. They keep the puck in wide open down the middle of the ice. Just couldn't get to the rebound. It sat on the right goal line to the near side of the net. And Mezzanot, the leading scorer for Neshannock, keeps his hot playoffs going. He had 2 goals in the win over Connellsville. He's got the first one here this evening.
So the Lancers get the first strike. See what kind of answer Morgantown has. We mentioned these two teams played back on February 3rd as the Lancers keep it in. Mohawks going to dump it back out. Neshannock led the game 3-2 after the second period before Morgantown came back to get the win in a shootout. To the left point. So Neshannock gets his third of the playoffs. And Will Kinchlow gets the assist. And Kent Jones. Pass me an assist, Mr. Jones.
First goal, he's big, right? Whether it be regular season, it gets bigger in the playoffs, it gets bigger in the semifinals. It'll be bigger next Tuesday when one of these teams is playing for the D2 championship. We also got news that we'll talk about, time permitting, about D2 teams getting involved on state championship weekend.
That's going to be a historic hockey weekend as our first ever Pennsylvania Challenge Cup will take place. Centering feed, trying to turn that over for the Mohawks there is Weston Mazie. Over to the right side, pushed back towards the net as Will Lukenbaugh tried to put it on. He took a pretty good body check over there from Neshannock's Hayden Tedderson. Down low, Morgantown keeps it in. That's Aiden Shepard to the right point, pushed back down the wall there by Lukenbaugh. Wrapping around here to the near side, Christopher Johns. Two of the three Johns, Tripp and Shane, are brothers, but Christopher is not part of the same Johns clan. Lead pass back the other way. Shepard D'd up very well in the play by Neshannock. Stepping on defense there for the Lancers was John Monitis. And Morgantown will reset and regroup again here.
Christopher Johns, a nice play there, Matt, at the blue line, because the puck was stolen by Hollander, the top scorer for Morgantown, and he sticked it away.
Backhand feed in front and unable to turn that one over. Is on the stick of Hollander as you were speaking of him, Bob. Pass just a little bit out of his reach, and then the follow-up try fired wide by the Mohegans' Gino Valenti.
Shepard was there too. Hollander was the man in front. If he gets that a high slaughter just on top of the crease, that would have been the best opportunity.
Hollander will get this one, tries a drop pass, going to come back to the right point instead. Chipped down towards the circle there and then taken back the other way as Vinny Sandolfini couldn't get it on. Opportunity back here for Grant Hennon. Hennon firing wide. Puck bounces around here to the near side. And we battle to the corner. Mohegans trying to use that top line, use that speed. Neshannock going to dump in and change here. And mentioned talking to Mark Multeri before the game. He said they played very aggressive against Morgantown the first time. And he says he needs a team to play physical and do the same thing again here to slow down this speedy Morgantown squad.
Cooper Cox, big head of steam. Then he ran into Kent Jones in the attack zone.
Jones, who had an assist on that first goal, feeds it to the right side, shot to the net. And the save made on the try there from Jacob Gruber.
I should correctly say Kent Jones ran into Cooper Cox in his own end because it was Kent Jones who laid out the body check.
Well, Bob, the winner of this one takes on the winner of our next game tonight, number 2 Borough, number 3 Deer Lakes for the D2 Championship. That game next Tuesday, March 18th, 8:45 p.m. at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry. You can watch that here on TenbandTV and the Trib Live High School Sports Network as well.
Yeah, that'll be the final of the 4 championship games next week, Monday and Tuesday from the Lemieux.
Coming back through here for Neshannock. Puck moved ahead by Marco Relic, and he's bumped into by 2 Mohawks. Dom Petrucci brings it back, breaks the zone, pocket pick from behind. Good work by Ken Jones. Back the other way now, the Mohegans with the puck. Around comes Justin Daffner. Daffner goes back to the right point, trying to keep it in there. Good check, but the follow-up there for the Mohawks. Cooper Helen puts it towards the slot. Now from a tough angle shot on, and Johns will hug that left post and keep it out.
It's really not a bad idea there from Petrucci. A good keeping at the right point. Petrucci served it. He had time. He gets the puck on the far half boards and then towards the left or the right wing corner, and then thinks about it, maybe hoping to get Tripp Johns off his post a little bit, but he hugs it. He makes his second save. Shots 2 apiece 6 minutes into this one.
From the point shot on pad, save made there as Nico Kortsis put it on, and Johns up to the challenge again. Morgantown to the near boards. Shepard sets it back to Kortsis at the left point. Kortsis looks it over, passes back, one-time rip from a tough angle. Ends up actually hitting the Mohawks' Weston Mazie in the backside. Then he pushes the puck around to the far wall. Cam Smith behind the net, centers. And back now comes Neshannock. Hayden Tatterson. Good feed to the left side. Shane Johns slows it down, pushing it towards the net, trying to get a redirect in front from Monitis. And back the other way, the Mohawks come with it. Leading the charge coast to coast is Shepard. Tries to split the defense. Ligor stepped in front of him. And the Lancers dump it back. Both teams looking to get some fresh players on behind the play. Valenti brings it back for the Mohawks. Down the left side. Stood up on a good, solid body check there. Will Lukenbaugh gets into him. Now a three-man scrum develops in the corner. Mohawks come away with the puck. John DiBartolomeo puts it on. Covered by Johns, and then pleasantries exchanged afterwards, likely talking about the 70-degree weather.
Well, Gino Valenti was just hanging around right where he should be. One of the Mohawk defensemen took exception to it. There you see it at the end. It was actually John Monitis who pulled him out of there. And said, yeah, great weather. Be a great day to get 9 holes in after school. It's always a great day to get. Well, unless you golf like me, then it's probably not a great day. But
well, that's why I don't golf. That's why I don't golf, Bob.
Fantastic weather this week.
If you value your clubs, you don't want me to golf with you ever. My buddy learned that 21 years ago. I haven't been golfing since. From the face-off win, save made, rebound loose. And a big defensive play by Neshannock's John Monitis to save a goal right there.
Yeah, Jacob Hollander couldn't quite find it. And it was loose to the left of Trip Johns. And Monitis, who pulled Valente out, stops Hollander's chance at a goal, at a game-tying goal at that.
Morgantown has the puck. Cox finds it in the slot. Cox looks it over. Wrister coming. Pat, save made by Trip Johns.
Oh, plenty of time to look it over, and he tried to go low near side, and Johns with a nice, he put the pads down in the butterfly, made a right pad save on a good goal scorer, Cooper Cox.
Defensive breakdown there, too, Bob, by the Lancers. We get icing here. It's just that Cox found that puck. I don't know if the Lancers thought it was out or not, but like you said, he had all day.
Way too much time. And he got in the high slot, Matt, and that gave him all day, Cooper Cox, to look over now. Cooper Cox, the hat trick against Gateway, and there it is right there. Yeah, there comes right down the middle of the ice, and no one there, so huge save for Johns. 33 goals during the regular season, which was second to Grundon from Deer Lakes in D2.
Cross-ice pass.
Ryan Grundon, who we'll see.
We're going to see him next. Xander Telez moving the puck ahead up the right wing. Marco Relic for the Lancers, trying to push it back to the point. Cox takes it away. Feeds it ahead here to John DiBartolomeo. DiBartolomeo, nice pass there. Hollander in front for the redirect, and Cox can't tap it home. The tick and the tack were there, Bob, but not the toe.
No toe. Here's DiBartolomeo again to Cox.
Wrist shot, score! Cooper Cox! Boom, baby! The Mohawks tied with 8:46 left in the opening period.
So they couldn't get the toe, but DiBartolomeo, who had his head on a swivel initially, saw Cooper Cox this time not as wide open, but he gets the pass right there. So that's a good steal by DiBartolomeo, and he comes down top of the left circle and fires the wrist shot in. 4th goal of the playoffs for Cooper Cox, and we're tied at 1.
So Cox and DiBartolomeo, who combined for 4 points in the regular season game. Cox with 2 goals, DiBartolomeo with 2 assists, combined on the first Morgantown tally in the equalizing goal.
Those players both have now 6 points in the 2 playoff games for Morgantown.
So we'll see
6
how.
6 points each, not combined.
Oh, even better. I was going to say 6 was enough, but double it up, why don't we? Petrucci can't take that lead pass. This will be icing, bringing it back in the Morgantown zone to right, and the goal.
So Cox gets his 4th on a great wrist shot, the junior. That should be the only assist. And it is.
And you are correct. 1-1 the score.
Almost made the beautiful play seconds before that. And they get it back in, get it to the guy who knows how to find to the back of the net. And they are on the forecheck once again.
Here come the Mohawks. It's Cooper Helen. Tries to throw it in front. Looking there for Justin Daffner, who was on the line but couldn't put it home. Xander Telez going to bring it back the other way. Gets away from Petrucci. 3-on-2 develops now. Telez going to take it coast to coast. Telez to the right circle. Throws it back. Had the keeper leaning the wrong way but couldn't put it on. Relic almost had a chance to redirect for the Lancers too.
He also had Relic in front, and I thought Petrucci made a bad read, but he wasn't a defenseman, but did lead to a 3-on-2. That puck hits the rafters and goes out of play, so we're going to timeout.
All right, Bob, now a question for you. What do we call that hanging over the rink there? Is it a truss? Is it a buttress?
You're going to throw this at me now?
Kevin and I tried this the other night.
I think it's a truss.
Okay.
I just call it the rafters.
Okay.
To blanket that statement.
All right.
I think it's a truss.
All right, we'll go with it. You can't spell buttress without truss, so technically.
Well, there's 2 S's in each of them. That's all I know.
Indeed. Bob and I will just go back to the hockey now because architecture's not our specialty. Here's a steal by Neshannock. They'll keep it in. Grant Hennon looks it over, drags it to the circle, pushing it down low, trying to find Mezzanot in front. Messinot got the first one. Backhand try from in tight. Good save made by Ben Wilson, who hugs the far post. Centering try. Messinot just can't turn it over. It was kind of off the heel of the stick. And the Mohawks going to hustle back with it. Dump and chase Weston Maisie. First man of the puck for Neshannock is Christopher Johns. Reverses it around here to the near side. Kept in. Cordes to the net. Stick save made. Where's the rebound? Through the crease. Good opportunity there for Morgantown as Weston Maisie almost had himself one.
Yeah, Trip Johns was looking around. You don't like to see that. And there's a man taken down the neutral zone, no penalty. And it squirted out. It was behind him initially. Then it squirted out front, but Morgantown couldn't find it.
Valenti, hard backhander, goes wide. Finds the rebound, though. Gets it to Wilson at the left point, but he can't hold it in. Getting past Hank Wilson. Here comes hustling back the other way, and way out of the net, we see Ben Wilson taking it away before Shane Johns can make anything happen. Morgantown back quick. Shepard with the shot. Save Johns, and he keeps it moving. So we have Trip Johns in the net, and his brother out there, Shane Johns, who almost scored. Monitis hit from the backside there by Jacob Hollander. And now Monitis takes the stick away, and the referee's letting them play on here early. Valenti 1-on-5 as his team changes. Valenti still breaks the zone. Valenti, shot, blocker, save made by Johns. As Gino Valenti threw the Neshannock team there like a hot knife through butter.
Can't have that, Matt. 1-on-5, you can't allow a shot on goal, even though Trip Johns was able to block it away.
Lincoln Sirocco up ahead to Marco Relic. Relic, wrister coming, and he fires wide. To the near side, the Mohawks going to bring it back. Cox, 2-on-3, ahead to DiBartolomeo. DiBartolomeo drags, puts it in front, looking for Cox. Read well, but DiBartolomeo gets the rebound, has his pocket picked. Two nice defensive plays there by Neshannock's Brady Legore.
Yeah, also Lincoln Sirocco in on that defensive play, but DiBartolomeo, you can see why he's got 56 points on the regular season and 6 now in the playoffs. He's around the puck quite often for Morgantown.
Cox finds the puck, going to bring it back 2-on-2 with DiBartolomeo. Cox brings it, drags to the slot, rising shot blocked, and that one is off the truss and will face it off in the Neshannock zone. Well, Bob, Morgantown head coach Rob Rock has said, we like to play that 1980s Edmonton Oilers style hockey. We have seen a lot of that here so far.
Yeah, they got speed, right? And it's not just Cox or DiBartolomeo or anyone else. They just like to get the puck and rush it up there. They've done a great job at that, creating some opportunities. Cox does have their goal, which came on a turnover just outside of the Neshannock blue line, but they like that up and down style, and it's evident in their play here in the early going. Tied at 1 as we near the 5-minute mark remaining of period 1.
Back to the Morgantown zone. Cam Smith slows it down. That's the first time I think I've said that tonight as he pushes it through the neutral zone. Puck chipped around. Legore comes away with it for the Lancers. He'll dump it in. Xander Telez will give it a chase. Into the corner. Cam Smith, the first man there for the Mohawks. They'll reset and break it out. Dom Petrucci. Soft pass. Smith spins and he dumps into the Neshannock zone where it's pushed back out by the defense there. Lancers player ends up on his wallet in front of the Mohawks bench. Petrucci brings it back. Shot partially blocked and off the keeper. And that was Kent Jones who got a piece of that. Bob, you can't miss Jones. He has that hot pink blade on his stick out there, number 87. With the puck right now. Lead feed, Messinot into the zone with Kinslow. Kinslow at the top of the circle. Soft shot towards the net, blocked down by the Morgantown defense. Cam Smith, who's had a long shift, able to get in front of that one. Petrucci, backhand feed into the neutral zone. Messinot finds it. He's bodied up. Good solid center ice hit there by Justin Daffner. And then Hennon gets it back from Neshannock, bumping Daffner off the puck. Hennon gets it back, breaks the zone down the right side, leaned into there by Morgantown's Cooper Helen. And the Mohawks trying to bring it back. Petrucci, a little self-pass, trying to get around two guys, but the third man back able to stop him. Good work there by Travis Cavelli. Through the neutral zone with speed. Here comes Grant Hennon. Hennon throws it towards the net, partially blocked on the play there by Cortsis, and an easy cover for the Morgantown goalkeeper, Ben Wilson.
No, I say the arrow pointing in the right direction, right? Which is kind of a saying when things are going well with the arrow for Morgantown. And there you see the goal by Cooper Cox, which is the game-tying goal. It points in that direction as a team. So Coach Rockus wasn't kidding. And it's good to reference the 80s Oilers. If you're not young enough to remember that team, look it up because it was quite something. And they won 4 Stanley Cups with that style.
In a row. Relic in front. Save made, rebound. Stop, follow up, score! Braden Seifert, I believe, is the man who found it. After a huge save made by Wilson, Relic had a chance. And then there was a third stick in there. Bob, I couldn't tell if it was Tellez, if it was Seifert.
Gruber was also there, number 19. Weir shot at the first goal at the post right here on the rebound. It's 18. Jacob Gruber.
So Gruber puts the Lancers on the board. Again, they're up 2-1. I think the PA might have the music choices wrong. Or does everybody get the Florida State Seminoles? Valenti bringing it back the other way. Morgantown trying to tie it again. Valenti dropping it back off the skate of the intended recipient. Gruber sends it back to the neutral zone.
I thought the Marco Relic thought he had himself a goal. I'm still trying to figure out the trust question.
Stumped you early.
Now you threw another music question out of me.
So Gruber's first of the playoffs. Monitis got an assist. Wrist shot coming here, blocked. Relic got the other assist as Morgantown's Gino Valenti brought it back. So first of all, I apologize for having terrible eyes. That was 19 and 18, not 10 that I thought I saw down there. And regardless, good feed here. Cox down the slot in front.
Oh.
And the net comes off the moorings. He put it there for DiBartolomeo, Bobby, who just couldn't rip it home.
Camped out at that right post. And another great opportunity. Just wide open, right? Net comes off, but there's a great opportunity. Good camera work right here. You'll see DiBartolomeo sneak in right there. Oh, if he's a right-handed shot, it's probably 2-2.
Seen Morgantown come close a couple times with those pretty passes, unable to finish, but if you give Cooper Cox too much room, he'll just do it himself, as he did earlier. But Neshannock, they lead 2-1.
He's one of maybe 5 players who you give them too much room, they can do damage. That's been the key to success for this Morgantown team that's won 19 straight.
Last loss in October to Burlers. Cox taking a drop pass from Hollander, and a good save made by Trip Johns, who's been stronger this opening period. DiBartolomeo into the right circle, passes it down low. Centering try, DiBartolomeo trying to get it back there from Hollander, and the net is off the moorings again. We're going to give you a disclaimer now. The nets do come off pretty easily here at RMU. There is nothing the referees can do to stop that. Player safety is first, so it's going to happen. No one's doing it intentionally. Deal with it. Not for you, but for the people that don't seem to understand how that works here.
I would have stopped you if I disagreed. So your PSA was well spoken and hopefully well received.
It's not the old days, Bob, of the Ross Traver Ice Garden where the nets were, I think, cemented in to the surface. We know the boards were.
It's correct. I think those nets, they just ran the zone bunny around those nets at the Ross Traver.
I think that's where people originally were taking the equator's temperature at. That's how far in they were. Neshannock back the other way. Frazio trying to jump and dump it back to Hennon. Has his pocket picked, and here comes Hollander with speed. Hollander breaks the zone to DiBartolomeo, coming back to Hollander, but the pass behind him. And that was good defensive work there by Neshannock Sam Mezzanot to get back.
Yeah, the forward getting back in the zone. Zone tied up the Morgantown player just enough.
Mezzanot again comes up with a good defensive play, so he's not an offense-only guy, Bobby. So you complete game so far here from 27 in gray and red.
He's back in the middle of that defensive stand right there.
Trying to get around it is Hollander. He drops it back to Cox. Final 55 seconds of this opening period. Back to the left point. Morgantown, James Robbins tries to keep it in. He looked to step up there on his man, Ben Hamilton. Hamilton gets it out, but not far enough for icing. Smith going to rip it around the horn to the far side. DiBartolomeo circles back. So we're under 40 seconds now left here in this opening period. DiBartolomeo over to Robbins. Here comes James Robbins crossing center red. He's going to dump it in. Mohegan's going to give chase. Only Cox going to go down, as there are 4 gray jerseys back there for the Lancers. Out with the puck. Ligor slows it down. Has it blocked down at the blue line. Valenti can't enter the zone as Ligor takes him to the ice. 15 seconds left in the period. A rugby scrum developing there in front of us. A fray, as Deuce Krasinski would have said. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dump down low. Lancers after it there. Monitis into the corner. 4 players join as the horn sounds to end period number 1. 17 minutes of hockey in the books here on Neville Island. Your score after 1 in this D2 semifinal round matchup. It's Neshannock 2, Morgantown 1. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching the 2025 PIHL High School Hockey Playoffs on TenbandTV and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL Hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Back here at the RMU Island Sports Center, getting ready to get period number 2 underway in this D2 semifinal round matchup. Neshannock leading Morgantown 2-1 after 1. Matt Vandriak, Bob Orquist with you here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and 10-band TV. Team switch sides as we get ready to start period number 2. So Bob, Neshannock led twice. Morgantown tied in the middle. 2-1's where we stand here starting the second frame.
Yeah, John Mezzanot at 2:18. The first goal, Cooper Cox, 8-14, the game tire for Morgantown. And then Neshannock's Jacob Gruber found the rebound off Marco Relic, who thought he had a goal. That came later in the period to give Neshannock this 2-1 lead. Neshannock outshoots Morgantown 9-8 in the first period.
Team switch sides. Morgantown with it left to right here to start this second frame. Nico Kortzis slows it down into his own zone. The first period scoring recap is brought to you by Drusky Entertainment. Get ready, Pittsburgh. Experience a night on the town and the thrill of live entertainment. Drusky brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Join the excitement with top artists and a community of music and entertainment lovers all around the Pittsburgh area. Visit DruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live entertainment in Pittsburgh with Drusky Entertainment. Morgantown bringing it back. Kortzis down the right side, tries to drive deep. Good body check there by Neshannock's John Monitis. Puts Kortzis on his buttress. Into the slot, bouncing puck. Cue up the AC/DC. Macy just got thunderstruck on a big hit in front of the net by Christopher Johns. Also see the pink tape on Marco Relic's stick, so.
2 big hits, more puck possession time in the O-zone for Morgantown, but good defense, good physical defense that time for Neshannock.
Good
almost to find Hollander again in front.
That was a good pass by Cox, a crisp pass right on the blade, but the backhander goes wide. Down low, DiBartolomeo, who's been close a couple times himself to the circle. DiBartolomeo down low. Cox in front to DiBartolomeo. Denial seems it had to come. Trip Johns a huge save.
So great give and go, and then Johns, DiBartolomeo as the puck is frozen, couldn't get everything on that. That allowed Johns to push from left to right and get his right pad out to make that save. You could see it develop though. There it is, DiBartolomeo from the right circle goes to the left post to get the return pass. Another tic-tac, but no toe for Morgantown.
Well, Johns had his way. He put the X in the square there to keep that tic-tac-toe from happening, getting that long right leg across to break it up.
X in the center square, right?
I believe that was something back in that 80s Edmonton Oilers hockey time, right?
I don't know. They played defense by having the puck offensively, which wasn't a bad idea, right? Fire wagon hockey, as these.
That is the 80s reference there. I've not heard in a minute. Here comes Jacob Hollander leading the charge back, trying to go through everybody. Good stick by Neshannock's Brady Lagar. C2, Bob, as we know in the PIHL, the ice is not resurfaced between periods. If this frame here, if this ice surface here slows Morgantown down, and Neshannock with the chance back, Mezzanot can't turn it over after a pad save was made on Hedden's try by Ben Wilson. Cox 2-on-3, has DiBartolomeo with him. Cox tries to go through everybody. Jones cuts it off. DiBartolomeo, though, able to move the puck over to Cox as he ends up down in front of the net. He's still down. I think DiBartolomeo fell on his stick there, Bob. He's a little slow to get up.
Looks to the ref, asking for a penalty, none to be had.
Yeah, not a single penny.com power play in the opening period. Hollander drops it back. DiBartolomeo looks it over. John says no.
There might have been a little anger behind that wrist shot from John DiBartolomeo as he got knocked down, was injured a little bit. And the high wrist shot. Trip Johns with a nice save. Good rebound control as well, absorbing that shot to keep it a 2-1 game.
Draw in the Neshannock zone to our right in the right wing circle. So Neshannock has led this game 1-0 and now 2-1. Morgantown tied it. And that's a position Morgantown's not used to playing in this season behind. Petrucci firing wide. Over to the left wall it goes. Justin Daffner, the first man there, but the Lancers going to clear the puck. Here back to the neutral zone. A chance to talk to both these coaches before the game. And Neshannock's Mark Multeri said he feels that with this being Neshannock's third consecutive appearance here, looking for their third consecutive Penguins Division II championship, he feels very confident with his team, and their big game experience brings them confidence. Also said he had his team in the St. Margaret's tournament earlier this season, which has teams from 1A through 3A, so they had a really good showing for themselves, too, in that tournament as well.
That tournament, that preseason tournament, is a good barometer. He also thought that the white division, which Neshannock is in, as opposed, Matt, to the gold division, where Morgantown resides, was a little tougher competition. That might have them a bit more ready. Certainly the experience is a big check on their side of the ledger.
Xander Telez, burst of speed across center red. Morgantown player loses edge. Here comes Telez to the circle. Score! Xander Telez, half mad, half amazing, and Neshannock takes the 3-1 lead.
Well, there's a C in the middle of amazing, and that's certainly what the rush was for the Z-man, Xander Telez, as he picks up the puck. Right there is his own blue line. Loses a man at the blue line. He's 1-on-2. He just splits the two. He comes left, goes back right to the circle, fires the strong wrister in, and Xander Telez has his second goal of the playoffs, and Neshannock has their first 2-goal lead tonight.
So Morgantown in a 2-goal deficit, Bob, and I think the last time that occurred was that they lost to Burrell back in October. Looking through most of their games, I mean, it was so one-sided that the Mohegans were up big in most of them early. Young in traffic, blocked. Nice job by Hamilton for Neshannock to block it.
That loss was 6-5, so that seemed to be a back-and-forth game. Their only other close game was the 4-3 win over Neshannock.
Also had a 1-goal victory over Connellsville in the regular season.
Beat Deer Lakes 1-0, so Burrow and Deer Lakes.
The Deer Lakes game, though, was not played. That was a game where Deer Lakes did not have enough players to make the trip to Morgantown, so that's a forfeit win there. I looked at that myself, and then when I went to the box score, I saw that there was no scoring.
Your research was a level further than mine.
Gruber researching a 2-on-1 back the other way. Gruber tries to get around the defense, but he's cut off neatly on a strong defensive play by Morgantown's Nico Kurtzis. So Jones gets another assist. Lincoln Sirocco gets one as well. And Xander Telez stakes the Lancers to a 2-goal lead. Valenti turning from the circle. Save made by Trip Johns.
Not sure Trip Johns saw that to the last second. Did a good job to get low and get big.
Morgantown trying to set it up from the point. Wilson shoots through traffic. Blocked by Kinchlow, but comes over to the Mohegans. Behind the net. Bringing it out there for Morgantown. Valenti tries to stuff it in front. Looking for Cox. Cut off by the defense of the Lancers. They'll get it out and maybe a chance back. As hustling with the puck for Neshannock. Backhander save made. Rebound just missed. Golden opportunity there for Kinchlow. Centering. And just missing as the net comes off the moorings. For Neshannock was Cranhennon.
Good counterattack. I was thinking Neshannock could have used an icing call. The puck hit the snow in front of the benches, and that allowed Kinchlow to get an opportunity. Kinchlow was an assist tonight. But I've been impressed, even though they're losing 3-1. Morgantown, their players, Matt, find space, and their teammates find them or try to find them in that space, much like the 1980 Edmonton Oilers.
Face-off won by the Lancers along the far wall.
Could probably throw the early 90s Pens in that category.
Certainly can, the 91 through 93 Pens. High-flying hockey there. The 93 season still hurts.
Oh, every time I hear, I'm not going to say it.
No, just don't. Just don't.
It makes me sad.
Yes, me as well. DiBartolomeo, good pass to the left side. Score! Jacob Hollander with the rip. And the Mohawks back within one, just like that.
So good find again. Another good pass from DiBartolomeo. So he'll get another point in these playoffs, which will be his 7th. But Hollander, they come in, there it is. So pass to there, wide open space. So that's a 3-on-2 Once they got into the zone, the late man down the left side was Jacob Hollander. He gets his first goal of the playoffs. Does Hollander actually his second goal of the playoffs? He had 28 during the regular season, so 30 all told, and Morgantown back within a goal.
Big goal there for the Mohawks. Centering feed. It almost ends up in the Mohawk net off the stick there of James Robbins. Pushing it back to the Neshannock line. Lancer sent it back the other way. Good speed burst here by Shane Johns off the bench. And on that puck, a hungry lion on meat. He went right through Morgantown's James Robbins. Four-man scrum. Robbins comes out with the puck. Johns takes it away. Centers looking in front of the net there for Sean McGraw. Nobody home. Mohawks going to bring it back the other way. Cox leads the charge. Cox to the net. Save made. And you wanted it. I think the Morgantown fans wanted it, but no arms up.
Yeah, I thought that might have been a trip late. What a good rush by Cam Smith from his own crease to the other crease.
Cox gets the assist.
He's got 2 points.
And John DiBartolomeo gets the other one as Neshannock ices the puck. A giveaway there, Bob. Almost led to another chance for Hollander and Cox.
Certainly got to be sure if you're Neshannock, if you get the puck, even if it's icing, right? You got to get it out of your zone. That's the key. Simplistic hockey, right? Get it deep, get it in, get it deep, get it out of your zone. And you don't, with a team like Morgantown that is 169 through the regular season, 182 now. Total goals on the season, including the 2 playoff games.
Oh my goodness, so close to 183! But I think I see a Neville Island police officer loosening his handcuffs because Trip Johns just committed robbery.
They want Scorpion. He wants Scorpion on Gino Valente to keep it 3-2.
I think we're going to get our first penalty. There's a Morgantown player down in front of the Neshannock bench. Let's see this one on replay.
There's a good look at Trip
the thief.
Johns. Watch this. Face-off win led to this. Wow, reaching, almost desperation, right back to his right. Get everything on it. He actually got that right arm out there.
That's early 90s there. That's Dominic Hasek.
It is. Who threw anything and everything at any time at the puck. I believe that is Valente in the penalty box.
Yes.
The Morgantown captain.
Yep, so we will have our first Penny.com power play. Penny.com, Pennsylvania's official health insurance marketplace, and the only place to get financial savings to help lower the cost of coverage and care. If you missed the open enrollment period, go to Penny.com and click Can I Apply to learn about your options. Penny.com, because you're worth protecting. So the situation there, Bob, Valente got dropped in front of the Neshannock bench, gave the referees the business afterwards. They had enough of the business. They gave him a misconduct penalty for 2.
They gave him a little bit of leeway, but not that much. 1 for 3 on the power play for Neshannock in the win over Connellsville. 3 for 3 on the PK against Gateway in the playoffs for Morgantown.
Neshannock, 22.6% power play percentage on the regular season. Morgantown's penalty kill, 82.3% kill rate. Down low, the Lancer centering feed. Johns fires wide, and I think the net came off again as Wilson was trying to plant.
Did that hit the post?
The keeper definitely did because he kicked it off.
So maybe he got a piece of that, Ben Wilson.
I think he did.
Then the net came off because that a little bit of a heel shot on the pass that came in front, but very nearly a power play goal and another 2-goal lead for the Lancers.
Both of these teams were 0 for 3 with the man advantage in that game where they went head-to-head on the regular season. Face-off draw won by the Mohawks and sent out up the far side. Petrucci going to be the first man there as a man shorthanded. Shepard the trailer. I don't think Petrucci saw him, Bob.
I agree with you.
And then Ligor finished him off with a good shoulder check.
That developed into a 2-on-1, and a nice pass to the near side for Petrucci would have been a great opportunity.
Unknowing that he had Shepard with him. It's going to be a high stick against Neshannock. I've been wrong before. Here comes Mezzanot in the slot looking for Kinchlow. Mezzanot going to get it back down low. Mezzanot centering, and the whistle here.
That's off.
Wilson made the save, but you can see the frustration. I already gave the PSA. I can't do it again.
By the way, Brady Ligor, Sam Mezzanot, each with 5 power play goals in the regular season. So that was blocked.
Yeah, 81 got in front of it there. That was Aiden Shepard who got the block. Then you saw Wilson as he tried to toe the goal line there, pushing off. And
it's not the keeper's faults, right? Because that's
what they
job,
do.
Right?
Yeah.
I push off either post.
I like the makeup there that Wilson has on. The WVU Mountaineer colored pads, blocker, and glove, and an ode to John Tucci, a real American with the red, white, and blue stars and stripes mask. That was Hulk Hogan, I guess, but the Tooch.
The Tooch is the guy around these parts.
That he is.
And around this time of the year.
He was here the other night. I don't know if he was here last night. He was here Monday and Tuesday.
He was. I got a text message that said it was a Tooch sighting.
Toochomania. It's running wild.
It's running wild.
John Tucci. Hopefully he'll be back for the Penn's Cup, or at least for the state final. So Philadelphia get a taste of the Tooch as well. They have cheesesteaks and tomato pie. We'll give you a taste of the Tooch.
We've got the Tooch and fries and slaw on our sandwiches.
Centering in front, save made, Neshannock trying to sandwich that one into the far post, and a good glove stop by Ben Wilson.
They just fired it right into him. That's the guy, one of the guys you want. Neshannock, 20 goals in the regular season, 3 more in the playoffs, including 1 tonight. There's a pass in front, hit a stick, and came to Neshannock. High slot, came off the bottom of the right circle. And a good job to make that save by Ben Wilson.
Face-off win, 40 seconds remaining on the penny.com power play for Neshannock, but almost a shorthanded breakaway back the other way for Cooper Cox.
Yeah, good thing Legore got a stick into Cox, or that would have been a shorthanded breakaway from Morgantown's own blue line.
Lead feed too far, but Morgantown with the man disadvantage going to have the opportunity to do so. They kill some more clock, down to 20 seconds remaining here in this Neshannock penny.com power play.
Shots 11-10 in this game in favor of Morgantown.
So the Mohawks that's out shooting the Lancers now 3-2 here in this second period. Centering try, turn, setting it up. Legore out of the zone. You hear Johns banging the stick to the right because Morgantown's going to get the kill. Steal by Hollander, penny.com power play over. Hollander taken down, and the Mohawks are going to get their first man advantage of the night as Legore. Maybe he plays linebacker in football, Bob. It's a nice open field tackle.
I agree with you, right? Stopped him throughout the first half. So Legore made the great play initially on Cox to deny the first chance. This time it's Hollander. So a bad turnover by Legore, first of all. He's up pleading his case, but it was an obvious penalty. And then that leads to a one-on-one just after killing the penalty. He dumps Hollander. That's got to be an interference call.
Penny.com power play here for the Mohegans. Penny.com, Pennsylvania's official health insurance marketplace and the only place to get financial savings to help lower the cost of coverage and care. If you missed open enrollment, go to Penny.com and click Can I Apply to learn about your options. Penny.com, because you're worth protecting. False face-off, Bob, and I'll give you a chance to give the numbers here.
It's officially a hold. This is what we talked about. Regular season, 40%, number 1 in the classification. 4 out of every 10 power plays Morgantown has scored on. They were 1 for 3, actually 1 for 2 in their 11-0 win over Gateway.
Neshannock's penalty kill in the regular season and killing at an 80% clip. They held Connellsville to 1 for 6 on the power play.
5 of 6 they killed against Connellsville.
And that's a big reason why they won that one-goal game. Solid penalty kill. So this is what Morgantown wanted. They want to get the man advantage and work this power play. Mohawks with it. Coach Rob Rockus before the game said power play chances are his team's bread and butter. And, Bob, that's obviously what you just mentioned with that ridiculous power play percentage. Cooper Cox to the corner. Hollander brings it to the circle, down low. Cox looks it over, centers in the slot, trying to turn it over. Block, puck comes back. Cortzis in tight, fires wide.
Good reset by Cortzis. He could have fired from the slot. He took a few strides to his left, got to the bottom of the left circle, and then ended up shooting it wide. That allowed Neshannock to clear the zone.
Gino Valenti, the captain of the Mohawks, drags it to the left circle. Valenti looks it over, sends it back to the left point. DiBartolomeo skates to the circle, gets around a man. DiBartolomeo down low, wrister in tight. Fired wide, but I believe partially blocked by Christopher Johns as well. Cortzis down the near wall, Hollander in the right circle. Hollander sends it to the top of the point now by DiBartolomeo. Back to Hollander, right circle, looks it over in front, has a man in tight to the backhand. Save made, Johns rebound, score! Cooper Cox! Penny.com power play goal.
First of all, a huge save by Trip Johns with the left pad, but it came in front. And Valente, he might have got it in before Cooper Cox nudged it further in. But I thought, wow, Trip Johns just committed robbery again, but he couldn't get the rebound. There's the rebound in.
That's close. It's hard to tell. I mean, it looked like it might have been on the line. Hey, Morgantown's going to take it either way. If it's Valenti, he redeems his penalty time. If it's Cox,
he went first to the handshake line. If it's Cox, it's his 4th of the playoffs. If it's Valente, it's his 3rd. Actually, it'll be the 5th for Cox, as he already has one tonight.
Centering try looking for Ligor, who was the man in the box, in the words of Lane Staley, when that Morgantown Penny.com power play goal was tallied. So we'll see how this momentum swings now, Bob. Neshannock was definitely looking confident. They had things in control, but Morgantown not used to playing from behind, but battled back from a 2-goal deficit, and it seems like Big Mo here at Bobby Mo is on their side. In front! Tipped out! So Valenti got it. Cox got the assist. Petrucci sets it up. Hollander gets the other assist. Penny.com power play goal. Shepard steals. Wrister coming. Save. Trip Johns.
They got a stick on that with traffic in front.
Mohawks are buzzing now. Petrucci kicks it to himself, but pocket pick. Good work in the defensive zone there by Neshannock. Sam Mezenot. Ahead to Monitis. Monitis to the net. Monitis. Save made. Denial. Seems it had to come. Seven Dust had the lyrics 25 years ago. Wilson has the save right now. Hollander brings it back. Petrucci in tight. Blocker stop made by Johns. Fire wagon, Bob. It's happening again.
Sure is. Fun to watch.
Drop pass. Cox. Down low. Cox to the backhand. Score! Cooper Cox just too sweet. And the Mohawks lead 4-3.
There's no doubt that Cox got that one. That'll be 4 points tonight for Cox. He had 5 against Gateway. This will be his 2nd goal to go with 2 assists.
So Cooper Cox, Bob, you could say is scoring more than both Coach Rockets and I used to do on High Street back in the 90s in Morgantown. If only we ran in the same circle back then.
5 goals in the playoffs now for Cox. 3 unanswered. It was a 3-1 Neshannock lead, Matt. All of a sudden, it's still 4.5 minutes to go in this 2nd period. And the Mohawks and their vaunted offense are back in front 4-3. Their first lead tonight.
Bob, does the broadcaster jinx count when you're thinking it but don't say it? Because I was just going to say to you before those teams switch power play sides, this game is slowed down here in the 2nd period.
No, I think we need to say it, right? Part of what we do, it's in our job description as an announcer. So it doesn't count if we think it.
Another point for Hollander.
He's got a goal and 2 helpers. And that's 3 assists for DiBartolo Mayo.
So the top guys, Bob, they are definitely making their presence felt here for the Mohawks.
It's hard to look at their stats, right, and pick those guys out. There are 4 of them, including Valente, who wasn't in on that goal but had the previous goal, and see their numbers. And now watching them, you can see why.
Cox was a Marion Hossa away from having the hat trick. Shot from in tight there by Neshannock. Jacob Gruber. Another painful memory there I just brought up. From the right circle, shot out of play. I'll just tell the story so the audience gets it. It seems so recent, but the 2008 Stanley Cup Final was 16 years ago. The Penguins in Game 6 against Detroit. Marion Hossa had that same look right on the red line when the red light signaled the end of time. And the Penguins fell in Game 6 to Detroit, losing the Stanley Cup. But redemption was pretty sweet the next year.
Yeah, Marion Hossa thought he had a better chance to win the cup after that, so he did not get redemption.
But Miroslav Shatan did.
The Penguins did, and Mirko Shatan did as well.
And Ruslan Fedotenko.
And he did as well.
Who also one-punched Colby Armstrong that year, and I think that's why his nose is more crooked than it is.
Was it possible?
I think it's actually, he might have straightened it out a little bit. That was when Colby was playing for the Thrashers, got into a fight with Fedotenko at center end, and Fedotenko knocked him out with 1 punch. I digress. The stories we tell, Bob, on the air.
We do. We've been there a lot of times.
Yeah, a lot of Penguins.
A lot of disappointments. And
a lot of good times, too.
A lot of good times as well.
Robbins looks it over. Shot on Pat. Save made. Looking for the 5-hole. And Johns closes the door as James Robbins was looking to put one in.
Yeah, Maisie was also there. Maisie got tied up with Sirocco. And actually, it was Kent Jones who knocked him to the ice.
Up the near side. Here come the Mohawks. Shepard trying to get around 2 guys. Nice job by Johns. He used the linesman to set up that body check.
Can you call interference on the linesman?
I think the linesman got the worst of it. He's kind of touching his elbow there, too.
He is. Got a little shaken up, hitting into the boards down in front of us.
Nice job there by Neshannock's Shane Johns to step in front. Christopher Johns. It's back to the net, and Ben Wilson keeping it out.
That was a really sneaky look. That shot was right along the left goal line, almost in the left corner. And luckily, the goaltender, Ben Wilson, didn't give that RVH, right? That little hole on the post. He kept his body straight. Actually made a good save right there.
Wilson's been solid. Talked about that it's been more so for Morgantown in goal. Lincoln Cox, as DiBartolomeo brings it back, tries to drop it back to Hollander. Hollander finds it, tries to turn it over, triple teamed, taken down, back to the point. Courts is trying to push it through 3 gray jerseys, but 12-0 in the regular season was Lincoln Cox, but Ben Wilson, who got the win over Neshannock in the regular season, gets the call here tonight.
He's the sophomore, too. He's looked good, as you said. With this offense, right, you don't normally have to be perfect.
Ask Grant Fuhr.
Tom Parasso could be thrown in that category as well, as we digress once again.
We do. They wore the gloves on the opposite hands, though, I believe.
Yes, no. Oh, they did. Those 2 goalies did.
Yes. Centering try. DiBartolomeo in front. Rack up the hat trick. Let him fly. Cooper Cox with 3. And Morgantown leads 5-3. Cox again.
And a hat trick again for Cooper Cox. 3 against Gateway, 3 tonight. And he shows the Morgantown fans the number 3s there. Came in front. Poked free. He's wide open. And when you're Cooper Cox, with 33 in the regular season, 6 more in the postseason, you're not going to miss that very often. 4 unanswered now for Morgantown.
I thought that Cox was just a big fan of the Dudley boys.
Could be that as well.
Regardless, get the tables. It's 5-3 as Morgantown is bringing the wood.
No hats on the ice.
Disappointed.
Oh, there's another 4 assists DiBartolomeo has. And 4 points. Hollander with a goal and 3 assists.
All the way back to the net, covered up by Wilson.
So Cox has 10 points now in the playoffs. We're not even through the second period. And for DiBartolomeo, 9 points in the playoffs.
Bob, I'm going to just throw the broadcaster jinx out now. I don't know. I'm a little bit hungry. You think the chili might be on the menu tonight?
You know, I'm always happy when it is. That's another reference to 7 goals back in the day. They get a free cup of chili at Wendy's the next day.
1980s, the late 80s, or mid to late 80s. As Bob said it, the Penguins scored 7 back then. Wendy's would give you a free cup of chili with your ticket. Didn't happen often. So Wendy's made out. Score! Dom Petrucci, 1 step closer to chili. Puts the 6th on the board, and the Mohawks have a double lead now, 6-3.
Second in the playoffs, and that's certainly one of the Trip Johns who want to have back. You maybe can't fault him on the other ones, but this was a failed clear coming in down the left side, left circle, and really no screen, just a short side goal that Trip Johns, again, probably wants to have back. And that's now 5 unanswered for Morgantown in the 6-3 lead.
Final minute of this second period, and the roof has been blown off here. After a slow start to the period, the Mohawks have exploded. Mezzanot sticked aside by Wilson. Follow-up Wilson, a stop. And now here comes a chance back for the Mohawks. 2-on-1. Up the left side. Shepard, trailer, cut off, well defended. Getting back for Neshannock was Grant Hennon. Monitis back the other way. Rising shot absorbed and held by Ben Wilson as the fire wagon shows up again.
Well, this one was going to be tight, definitely favoring Neshannock, and it kind of was for a lot of it, but this second period has opened up a power play for Morgantown, and they've got 5 goals. They were down 2-1 after 1, 3-1 early in this period, but they've got 5 unanswered. That's what Morgantown has done all season long, right? With the exception of a few games. They have just been an offensive juggernaut, and they have been so in the second period.
Centering try. Neshannock trying to get one late, maybe get a little momentum back, but the Mohawks going to bring it back the other way. It's going to be Macy leading the charge. Macy has Cortzis. Cortzis finds the puck. Cortzis all the way around. 15 seconds left, tries to center. And that's well read. Good defensive play there by Neshannock's Kent Jones. Hennon ends up on his backside. 7 seconds left. Puck flagged down by Smith. Over to Cortzis. 3 seconds. Cortzis shoots and just misses as time expires in the second period. 2 chapters written here at RMU Division II semifinals. Morgantown comes to life in the second period. The top-seeded Mohawks lead Neshannock 6-3 after 2. We'll take a break and be back with your third period. You're watching the 2025 PIHL High School Hockey Playoffs here on TenbandTV and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Wilson up the near side, chipped in by Jacob Hollander. Cox going to chase after it. Cox in tight. He rings it off the mask of Trip Johns. Saw that extra gear there for Cooper Cox. A couple of times, Morgantown High School, back when I was at WVU, was known as the Mohegans. Shot towards the net, misses. Follow-up try. Score! Sam Neshannock puts the mesh in motion early, and Neshannock out to a 1-0 lead. Scrum develops in the corner. Mohawks come away with the puck. John DiBartolomeo puts it on, covered by Johns, and then pleasantries exchanged afterwards, likely talking about the 70-degree weather.
Hollander's chance at a goal, at a game-tying goal at that.
Morgantown has the puck. Cox finds it in the slot. Cox looks it over. Wrister coming. Pat, save made by Trip Johns. Up at home. The tick and the tack were there, Bob, but not the toe.
No toe. Here's DiBartolomeo again to Cox.
Wrist shot, score! Cooper Cox. Boom, baby! The Mohawks tie it with 8:46 left in the opening period.
Quite something. And they won 4 Stanley Cups with that
in
style.
a row. Relic in front, save made, rebound, stop, follow up, score! And regardless, good feed here. Cox down the slot in front! Oh. And the net comes off the moorings. He put it there for DiBartolomeo, Bobby. Into the right circle, passes it down low. Centering try, DiBartolomeo trying to get it back there from Hollander. And the net is off the moorings again. We're going to give you a disclaimer now. The Nets do come to the circle. DiBartolomeo down low. Cox in front to DiBartolomeo. Denial seems it had to come. Trip Johns a huge save.
So great give and go, and then John the ledger.
Xander Telez, burst of speed across center red. Morgantown player loses edge. Here comes Telez to the circle. Score! Xander Telez, half man, half amazing, and Neshannock takes the 3-1 lead. Rocco gets one as well, and Xander Telez stakes the Lancers to a 2-goal lead. Valenti turning from the circle, save made by Trip Johns. Just don't.
It makes me sad.
Yes, me as well. DiBartolomeo, good pass to the left side. Score! Jacob Hollander with the rip. And the Mohawks back within one, just like that.
59 through the regular season, 182 now. Total goals on the season, including the 2 playoff games.
Oh my goodness, so close to 183! But I think Kinchlow, Mezzanot going to get it back down low. Mezzanot centering, and the whistle here.
That's off.
Wilson made the save, but you can see the frustration.
We've got the chooch and fries and slaw on our sandwiches.
Centering in front, save made, Mezzanot trying to sandwich that one into the, going to get the kill. Steal by Hollander, Penny.com power play over. Hollander taken down, and the Mohawks are going to get their first man advantage of the night as Lagore. Down the near wall, Hollander in the right circle. Hollander sends it to the top of the point now by DiBartolomeo. Back to Hollander, right circle, looks it over in front, has a man in tight to the backhand. Save made, Jones, rebound, score! Cooper Cox, Penny.com power play goal.
First of all, again, sure is fun to watch.
Drop pass, Cox. Down low, Cox to the backhand, score! Cooper Cox, just too sweet!
And the boards down in front of us.
Nice job there by Neshannock's Shane Johns to step in front. I'm sorry, Christopher Johns. It's back to the net, and
no. Well, they did. Those 2 goalies did.
Yes. Centering try. DiBartolomeo in front. Rack up the hat trick. Let him fly. Cooper Cox with 3, and Morgantown leads 5-3. Wendy's would give you a free cup of chili with your ticket. Didn't happen often. So Wendy's made out. Score! Dom Petrucci, one step closer to chili. Puts the 6th on the board. Getting back for Neshannock was Grant Hennon. Manitas back the other way. Rising shot absorbed and held by Ben Wilson as the fire wagon shows up again.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today, and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair. Cross ice. And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. The Penguins Cup Championship show. The Penguins Cup playoff show. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show. Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Back here at the RMU Island Sports Center, about to get the third period underway of this D2 semifinal round matchup. Top-seeded Morgantown leads number 4 Neshannock 6-3 after 2 alongside Bob Orquist. Matt Vandriak, center ice with you here on the Tribble Live High School Sports Network and TenbandTV. Bob, once upon a time, Neshannock led this game 3-1, and then the Mohawks came to life.
So Neshannock, 2 goals in the first, Mezzanot and Gruber sandwiched in between Cooper Cox. Pay attention to that name. Then Xander Telez scored a great goal to make it 3-1 at 4:04 of the second period. But then Hollander at 6:07, Valenti at 10:43, Cooper Cox at 12:20, Cooper Cox at 18:29, Don Petrucci at 15:29. So one of those times is wrong, by the way. 18-11 the shots for Morgantown in the second, 26-20 in the game. 5 unanswered goals for Morgantown. John D. Bartolomeo has 4 assists. Valenti with a goal, Hollander a goal, and 3 assists. Cox, 3 goals and 2 assists for the second straight playoff game. Petrucci with a goal, no multiple. Kent Jones has 2 assists. Beg your pardon for Neshannock, but this is a team that we talked about. Their offense certainly was on display in that second period. Here's the thing for Neshannock, Matt. If they open it up, they're going to be susceptible to that speed and that counterattack and that offense again of Morgantown.
That goal recap brought to you by Drusky Entertainment. Get ready, Pittsburgh. Experience a night on the town and the thrill of live music and entertainment. Drusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Join the excitement with top artists and entertainment, a community for music lovers and everybody all around Pittsburgh. Visit DruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today. And don't miss out on the best live music and entertainment in Pittsburgh with Drusky Entertainment. Well, don't miss out on some of the best talent in D2 with this Morgantown team, Bob. It was on display through that second period. Explosion for the Mohegans. 5 unanswered to take a 3-goal lead here into the final frame.
It's probably some of the best talent in the entire league, right? This is our first chance to see them live. You can see the box scores, right? You can catch a video here and there, but their speed is obvious. Their breakouts and their passing and their skill is also obvious. And Neshannock has a lot of work to do, and that might, again, play right into Morgantown's favor.
So we talked about in the second period when Neshannock jumped up 3-1. Morgantown, not a team used to playing from behind. Curious to see how they would respond to that. Well, they showed us how.
That's a pretty good response in my book, huh?
Kinslow, centers.
Hey.
Hey. It is. We are in the. Yeah. We already said a gain, so we got to say hey. Big second period for the big line. Giveaway, Shepard. Pad save. Johns keeps Neshannock in it as that giveaway there to Aiden Shepard was almost chilly.
What a right toe save. Absolutely. Would have been a devastating turnover in the first minute of this period.
And now, Bob, from the choppy ice in the second period, we see guys tumbling around, and Morgantown going to be penalized here.
Well, maybe there was a reason why they were chopping. There's a slash forthcoming.
I think it's going to be Shepard.
Fresh ice on the ice got Shepard may be frustrated that he missed that opportunity. Didn't really miss it. It's a better save by Trip Johns. So the second man advantage for Neshannock. And this, they almost have to have a goal right here.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's crucial, but with 16-10 left in regulation, down 3 goals, this is a golden opportunity for the Lancers to get back into it. They need this one. So Aiden Shepard sits down, 2 for slashing. This is a penny.com power play for the Lancers. Mezzanot to the left circle, spinning away with it there is Johns. Mezzanot, right circle shot through a screen, and it goes wide. I think getting a piece of that for Morgantown was Cam Smith.
Smith, a piece of it, Hollander as well with a good stick.
And now a turnover, and Hollander a lead feed. Cox a shorthanded breakaway behind the defense. Can he get there? He can't. There's that fresh sheet coming into play.
Why didn't Johns come out earlier? I thought he could have got to that early. He came to him because of the fresh sheet, but that was very nearly a shorthanded breakaway and a chance at goal number 4.
I was in the same boat. I was thinking it but didn't say it. I was like, if I'm Johns, I'm challenging there. I don't want to give Cox all that ice coming in home free. Trip Johns, despite 6 getting behind him, has been good. But Morgantown, just a lot of chances, including a penny.com power play goal. 1 minute and 10 seconds remain on this penny.com power play try for the Lancers.
He's got 3 or 4 brilliant saves in this one. One he'd like to have back, but he certainly has been against this Morgantown offense with 26 shots, 27 now in this game.
And Kinloch's going to get penalized here as he ends up pushing a Morgantown player into the goalpost.
Yeah, he pushed the
court system. He's still favoring his chin, it looks like. He got pushed into the goalpost there. I'm not sure if it was intentional, but it's going to be a cross check, and that's going to be Kent Jones sitting down, so I had the wrong guy originally.
So 50 seconds left. 4-on-4, 50 seconds, then 1 minute 10 on the wraparound for Morgantown, plus an ozone face-off. They got 3 guys on the ice. They were like, we need another extra guy. No, don't worry. Hollander and Cox and Valente are like, we got this.
So we're going to go 4-on-4, Bob, for 50 seconds. That ends the Neshannock penny.com power play. More open ice for Morgantown, probably not the best idea. And then the Mohawks will have 1 minute and 10 seconds of penny.com power play time to work with as well. So a squandered opportunity there for Neshannock, but here comes a chance back. Trying to work through. Here's Lincoln Sirocco.
Hollander, great denial.
So Hollander does it on both ends of the ice. And Neshannock trying to go for the three-peat. Going to win triple D2 championships, while Morgantown looks to be the first school from West Virginia since John Marshall in 2011 to win a PIHL championship. Before that, Wheeling Central Catholic did it back in 1998. And Bob, if I remember correctly, in 2011, it was you and I on the call when John Marshall beat Ford City at the Ross Traver Ice Garden.
It was. I'm still a little chilly from the Ross Traver Ice Garden. It's one of
that was the old roof, too. That was the old roof. That was pre-collapse.
That is pre-collapse and pre-renovations. There's a block in front. Nice
Shepard
block.
Out of the box in front. DiBartolomeo in front. Finish it. Petrucci. Chili. Penny.com power play goal equals a Chili goal equals a 7-3 Mohawks lead.
Hollander is just so smooth. He picks up assist number 5. And now we got Hollander taking it. Hollander's going to go to the box. He dumps a Neshannock player after the goal. Watch this. Oh, not enough room. He gets it between the goalie and the post and a defender for an easy tap in for Don Petrucci. Although Hollander took a Neshannock player down, that's probably going to be unsportsmanlike.
And it's going to give Neshannock a power play try. Penny.com, Pennsylvania's official health insurance marketplace and the only place to get financial savings to help you lower the cost of coverage and care. If you missed the open enrollment period, go to Penny.com and click Can I Apply to learn about your options. Penny.com, because you're worth protecting. So the good for Morgantown, Bob, a Penny.com power play goal, their second of the night. They hit 7, have a 4-goal lead. The bad, probably an unnecessary penalty taken there to give Neshannock a chance to get some life.
No question it's unnecessary. It'll be the 3rd goal, second of the night for Don Petrucci. But you don't want to give Neshannock any hope or any life that a power play goal would do that. Oh, there's 2-1 short-handed.
Short-handed, Hollander has Cox. Hollander shoots and fires wide. So Petrucci gets the PPG. John DiBartolomeo gets another assist.
It's 5, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And he'll get the only assist.
Cox with 5 points. Cox, 10 points in the playoffs. DiBartolomeo, 10 points in the playoffs.
Through 2 games, not even 2 games.
We're
through
not even.
A game and 2/3.
We're just 4 minutes into this third period.
And here comes Cooper Cox, shorthanded. Cox behind the defense. Cox to the net. Save made by Trip Johns. He tried to go back to the backhand. Might have lost the handle on it, but Johns got enough to keep it out.
Johns followed along. Mark that down if Neshannock has life and can get back into this one, because that's the guy who's got 3 goals on the night, 6 in the playoffs, and 39 if you total it all up this entire year.
Kinslow trying to come back to the point. Out it comes, and it's taken away here by the Lancers. And then Hollander takes it back, and Morgantown just content to dump, slow it down. They have a 4-goal lead. 30 seconds of shorthanded time. To Bartolomeo, had a knockdown by Relic, but then it comes back out to Shepard. Shepard drifts back into his own end as the Mohawks working to kill off this Penny.com power play as they clear it the length of the rink. So Bob, D2, it's a classification that gives you an option of either building a program naturally, or if you have a co-op program like both of these sides do, gives you a chance to compete and put your sides together if your schools don't have enough players. And the Neshannock co-op, a lot larger than the Morgantown co-op is.
So Neshannock has a co-op that includes the Lawrence County schools, Laurel and Shenango, and schools from Mercer County, Hickory, Mercer, and Grove City. So 5 schools are in the co-op forming Neshannock. It's Union University High in West Virginia and Albert Gallatin right across the border in Fayette County to form the co-op with Morgantown.
So the University High Hawks and the Morgantown High School Mohawks on the ice. Mohegans, as I remember them in my days in West Virginia.
And there's that's not Colonials for Albert Gallatin, is it?
I don't think so, but on cue, wasn't it?
It is on cue, right?
That'll need to be a little bit, gray and black.
A little green in that for Albert Gallatin.
Yeah. AG.
That's the Robert Morris Colonials. They play here at the RMU ISC
and
on the
exciting times for Robert Morris as the men's basketball team punched their ticket to the big dance, the March Madness.
They are dancing.
Horizon League champions with a win over Youngstown State the other night. See over in the corner there to the left where the bleachers kind of veer off, it just says, "Let's go, Bobby." So I thought maybe that was for you.
It is.
Yeah.
Even though Section 11 is, it's obscuring the Mo over there. So, but if you take the M out, it says, "Let's go, Bobby O," and I'll take that too.
Wilson.
Let's go, Bobby Mo, right? Yeah. St. Francis also dancing. The Golden Flashes from Georgetown area on the mountain. They won their tournament. What a good story for Robert Morris.
Indeed. Well, last year was a lot of excitement with Duquesne and Pitt both making it. This year it's going to be Bobby Mo. Stick save made by Wilson. Follow-up try. Score! In tight for the Lancers. It's Xander Telez tallying for the 2nd time tonight.
He gets a rebound. He gives the air 5. See that he goes right to center ice. Doesn't go for the...
I think he's also waving off the line
change.
He
is too. So they win the face-off, right? Another face-off win. Shot through traffic. And Wilson leads the rebound. Nice backhander by Telez. Not as pretty as his first goal. Maybe more important, right, because you're back within 3. Talked about giving Neshannock life and hope. That will give them a little bit of both.
Justin Daffner trying to take that life back for the Mohegans, the Mohawks, as he pushes down. But nice backhander by Telez. This is put in front and covered up by Trip Johns. It's a stiff backhand shot. Really good one. We dare say it was Korea or Crosby-esque.
Go with Crosby, right? Gruber gets an assist to go with Zillier goal. 3 goals now in the playoffs for Xander Telez.
2 on the night for number 7. And it gets Neshannock back within 3. They trail 7-4 with 11 minutes left here in regulation. Kortzis circles back into his own end. Lancers got a steal. Trying to put the pressure on there was Grant Hennon. Petrucci back the other way. He's onside and has the puck taken away. He gets tangled up with Monitis, but Monitis brings it back. Rister coming, fought off by Wilson on that rising rip from John Monitis.
Saw Monitis earlier with a great opportunity with his speed.
Monitis trying to turn it to the net. Defended well by his counterpart in 19 Owen Young. Then Mezzanot ends up tripping over the puck. Comes back to the left point. Johns able to keep it in, that being Christopher Johns.
Little push from Neshannock. They would have liked to have that situation where they traded penalties and power plays, which led to a power play goal by Petrucci for Morgantown.
Daphner, a little shaken up there for Morgantown. He collided with Johns right in front of the penalty box.
Wow.
And then finished off in the corner there is Will Lukenbach.
Like Christopher Johns, very physical.
DiBartolomeo back the other way as Cox going towards the net. DiBartolomeo drags, wrists it, scores! John DiBartolomeo, half man, half amazing, 8-4 Mohawks.
Give him 6 points and give him a second goal in the playoffs to go with 5 assists tonight. So 2 goals and 9 assists in the playoffs. And again, very great patience by DiBartolomeo. And it gets to the right circle and rips the twisted wrister into the twine.
And just when Neshannock thought they weren't going to take it anymore, we're going to change goalies. So I guess that Johns is not going to take it anymore.
Really, outside of 1 goal, not his fault. Not his fault at all.
Morgantown team's a juggernaut, Bob, and really, when we were talking a little bit about this game the other day and talking to some other guys here on the Ten-Band and Trib staffs, Morgantown put up some big numbers against, you could say, lesser competition. Telez looking for the HT. He comes back. Telez drops it to Relic. Stick to side. Follow-up try kept out. But when they played playoff teams, the Neshannock game went to shootout. DiBartolomeo brings it back to Cox. Oh. He fans on a rebound. Big save made by Nolan Wilson. Centering feed, Wilson towards the net. We got 2 Wilsons in goal, and we also have Hank Wilson. It's a Phillips out there for somebody. Relic back the other way. As Neshannock trying to hold on for one more day, but it's 8-4 in favor of the Mohawks. Fled back to the net, soft shot, glove down, and covered by Ben Wilson. So Ben Wilson on the net to our right as we mix it up a little bit afterwards. Nolan Wilson now in the net to our left. And then we have Hank Wilson on defense for Morgantown as well.
Justin Daphner gets an assist. So we got 3 Johns in the game. You got Wilson. You can just say save Wilson, and you'll get it right. I've been very impressed with DiBartolomeo and his patience and his head on a swivel and his vision. And he had 21 goals, 35 assists coming into the playoffs, and had a goal and 4 assists against Gateway. He's got a goal and 5 assists tonight. It's definitely lesser competition, right? But you know and you expect it to get tougher at this time of the year. They responded. They were down 3-1.
Yeah, they did. They responded. This was a game that was a 4-3 shootout victory in the regular season for Morgantown. They lost to Burrell, so the number 2 seed Bucks beat them 6-5. The Mohawks got a 1-goal regular season win over Connellsville, and then the game against Deer Lakes was postponed, or it ends up being canceled. It was a night where Deer Lakes just didn't have enough players to make the trip to West Virginia. I should have asked the coaching staff about that. I forgot about that when I was downstairs between games. Just in case the Lancers and the Mohawks square off for the 2025 Open Cup or Division II Championship. Bob, it's going to lead to our first ever state game on this level as well. Valenti back, pad save made, Nolan Wilson.
Yeah, we got the Buccaneers and the Lancers in the nightcap. And next Saturday morning, Saturday the 22nd, the first annual D2 Challenge Cup gets championship, Pennsylvania Cup Championship weekend started with that good inaugural game. I like that. It's overdue.
All those games will be right here at the RMU Island Sports Center. Of course, you can watch the Penguins Cup and Division II Championships Monday and Tuesday next week as Monitis brings it back to the net. Save Wilson, rebound, and Telez just misses the HT.
Got on the backhand and had some net to put that in on the shelf, but just missed it.
10 o'clock, as you said, the D2 first ever Challenge Cup. And then 1 o'clock, we will have the, I have that right? Kevin just sent that to us.
He did.
Let me find that here real quick. We will have the...
It's AA, triple.
Class A at 12:45 on Saturday the 22nd. 2A at 3:30, 3A at 6:15. Those are the Pennsylvania Cup championships. Penguins and Flyers Cups winners and D2 winners will face off here at RMU. But of course, before that, Monday and Tuesday night, the Penguins Cup championships at the Lemieux UPMC Sports Complex in Cranberry. Petrucci centers, follow-up try, save made. A couple of good looks in front there for Custer, and Nolan Wilson makes the stop.
Custer, the freshman, just banging away at the loose puck. There's a good rush down the left wing. certainly Morgantown, you can see why they came in with 169 goals. Now they've got 19 goals through 2.5, just over 1.5 playoff games.
Face-off in the Neshannock zone, pushed to the net from the draw there by Cooper Helen, but it doesn't go. And the Lancers with 7.5 left need to get a goal here soon, Bob, and try to get the offense going. It's Relic runs over Morgantown's Vinny Sandolfini. Start to see also Rob Rockus playing some of his depth guys here in this third period as well. Shot to the net, misses there from Kent Jones. Petrucci gets around a man. 2-on-3, Petrucci pushing it ahead, trying to find Helen. Petrucci finds it again, but the Mohawks are offside.
You'd say, right, they're getting a chance to play in the playoffs. But judging from the regular season scores, I'm sure the depth guys have got a lot of playing time. But it's nice to get them some shifts here in the semifinals, and they're 7-06 away from their first ever championship appearance.
Face-off.
These guys are not depth guys. Hollander, Cox, DiBartolomeo.
Said their names a couple times tonight as this one's floated back to the Lancers net where Nolan Wilson covers and holds, and even 7 minutes left here in the third.
Top guys, they are.
Indeed. And Neshannock trying to get a pushback here, trying to keep hopes of that three-peat alive, but Morgantown, that huge second period really swayed the momentum in favor of the top seed here in Division II as we had a hand pass.
They were down 3-1, right? They got 7 of the last 8 goals in this contest to have this 4-goal lead. That's what they do. That's what they have done, at least, most times during the regular season. They're on the verge of winning 20 straight games.
Morgantown has not lost since October 10th. Big hit. Mezzanot caught an unsuspecting Morgantown player there, and that is Hank Wilson. And Morgantown fans don't like that one. I caught the end of it, so I'm not sure how.
Me as well. I didn't know.
I'll get a look at it here on replay.
Was anything untoward there? Or just an open ice collision where Wilson didn't see the Neshannock player? So you go back to October, right? So this year was strange because South Fayette and North Allegheny played a game in September. So kind of throw that out the window. So October truly is the first month of the regular season. They haven't lost a game since the first month of the regular season. They talked it over, and no penalties handed out.
It may have been it may have just been incidental contact. I just caught the end of it. I just seen one guy go down. So through the playoff bracket so far, Bob, as you talked about, South Fayette, the Cinderella story in 3A. The 7-seed Lions take on the top seed Seneca Valley for the 3A Penguins Cup.
That's a team that was in 2A and moved up to 3A.
In 2A, the bracket's held chalk. The top 4 seeds advance. It's 1 versus 2. Long shot fired back here last night.
No chalk.
Cinderella looking for her slippers in March Madness, baby.
Found 2 of them, right? With Mars and Avonworth. Although Avonworth is a good team. So is Mars as well. But
they knocked off the top seeds. They knocked off both division winners, Chartiers Valley and Moon.
Yep.
Bit the dust. And then D2, our top 4 seeds have advanced here to the semis, and it looks like it's going to be number 1 moving on, awaiting the winner of number 2 and 3, who will be up next when Burrow takes on Deer Lakes. Steal back the other way for Neshannock, centering feed to Les. Kind of bounced up, Bob. He's getting ready to tee it up, and it bounced over, and now a big collision as Shepard sent Ligor flying. And looks like Ligor fell on Shepard's leg on the result of that. Telez, there is a yard sale out there on equipment right now as there's loose sticks in both ends. Petrucci bringing it back here from Morgantown. Petrucci gets around a man. Petrucci to the net, stick save made, and then Petrucci hits the boards hard. 5.5 left, 8-4. Morgantown in the lead. Ligor trying to get around Petrucci. He'll dump it in. Taken there by Morgantown's Cam Smith. Smith to Petrucci. It ends up hitting one of those loose sticks in front of the Mohawks bench, and now finally Morgantown recovers the last piece of lost equipment.
He not only had to try to stick handle around a defenseman, he had a stick handle around an actual stick. Now
we've had linesmen.
Taking care of that, right?
We've had sticks. We've had everything.
The yard sale has been cleaned up.
And back with it comes Cam Smith, all the way coast to coast. Wrist shot coming, save made. Wilson with the stop, and then Smith ends up in the net. On his own valor that time. Another stick goes flying. I believe it was Kesha and Pitbull. It's going down. Miel and Timber. Oh, those is composite these days, huh?
That was during a stretch where Pitbull was on every song by every artist.
And every commercial for a while as well.
That's correct.
Fortunately, that stopped after a while. But yes, Pitbull was on a lot back then in the 2013, 2014. Cox shooting, blocker save made by Nolan Wilson.
Hasn't allowed a goal yet. Nolan Wilson, the junior, since he's entered the game in relief of Trip Johns.
Strong in relief as Hennon brings it back the other way. Pocket pick. Lead feed. Hollander a 2-on-1. Hollander to the net. To the forehand. Score! Jacob Hollander. 9 on the board. And the Mohawks running amok here tonight.
That'll be 2 for Hollander to go with 3 assists. This was a 2-on-0. And I've got the announcer jinx there because I just mentioned that Wilson didn't give up a goal, but really had DeBartolomeo with him. But he takes it himself and then makes a move. He goes from the right side to the forehand, the left-handed shot finds the net. He waves goodbye to the Neshannock faithful and probably waving goodbye to the chances at a three-peat for the Lancers.
Big goal for the Mohawks. That one may seal the deal as Morgantown now leads 9-4 with 4:20 left here in the third period. And
Hollander 5 points tonight, 8 points now in 2 playoff games.
I'm not sure that 3 stars are going to be enough. We might need an entire solar system. Telez back the other way. Drag, centers. Just missed the intended target. Johns in front of the net. Sorry, Relic that was. Drop pass, comes over. Hollander looks it over, and just getting a piece of it with the stick is Nolan Wilson.
6 points now for Cox. 6 points for DeBartolomeo. Cox got an assist on that goal, so he's got 3 and 3 tonight. He might be in line for one of the planets afterwards.
Top guys.
They might be aligning tonight. There's an eclipse.
Certainly
so
is.
Something's aligning somewhere.
Morgantown, that was one of the things that Rob Rockus, head coach, talked about. He said these top guys, they're fast.
He talked about the eclipse?
That too.
You guys had a wide-ranging conversation.
Crazy thing is that he was actually opening a pack of Eclipse gum when we were having that conversation. That is true.
That's very appropriate. As is their first ever chance at a Penguin Cup, or D2 Penguin Cup, rather.
Morgantown has had a couple of good seasons. They were in the old open class for a while, then stepped out, and then came back a couple of years ago. It was 4 years ago, actually, whenever Rob Rockus took this team over, and he said 9 freshmen were a part of that squad 4 years ago, and those are the top guys we've spoken about here tonight.
You grow together, right? He's new to the program, not new to hockey, certainly, Rob Rockus, but new to building a program. And congratulations, as they're 235 away from a chance at a Penguin Cup.
Valenti just going to dump it in. Looks like Morgantown's content to chase now.
About 20. They've got 20 goals, Matt, in 2 playoff games.
Shepard with the steal, has a man, almost had 21. Valenti fires wide. Wilson, a huge save there on Weston Maisie.
They could have at least 14 tonight. Johns has made some good saves, and a couple right there for Nolan Wilson in that sequence.
So Neshannock decides they need to ice it there, as in the words of the late Mike Lang, need to get the heat out of a hot kitchen. This isn't just a hot kitchen. Bob, Morgantown has burned the place down tonight.
No, there's no question about it. They've got 8 of the last 9 goals. They trailed 3-1. Big-time second period continues here in the third period. Actually, Neshannock's got one, so 8 of 10 for Morgantown.
A long time ago, Neshannock led 3-1. It's been all Mohawks since. Xander Telez, he has 2, tries to take it all the way around with Relic in front. Telez to the near side defenseman, losing his stick for Morgantown there was Brandon Custer. Custer got it away, but Sirocco able to keep it in, throws it towards the net and wide.
Celeste might have had the nicest goal tonight.
Certainly.
On the weaving in and out goal that he scored in the second period.
Got him a half man, half amazing. Didn't quite get him a too sweet, but it could have went that way. Custer with the steal. Has a man going towards the net, puts it there, but is cut off. Good defense by Neshannock's Logan Sirocco.
3-on-1 developed out of nowhere.
That was Jonathan Price getting a chance. Long shot there by Neshannock's Matt Schaefer blocked, as both teams getting the fourth line out, if you will. Cut off by Morgantown's Cooper Helen. He'll bring it across center ed. Helen bumped there by Relic, as we're down to 70 seconds left here in regulation. So the three-peat not going to happen for Neshannock, but Morgantown an opportunity to be the first West Virginia school to win a PIHL championship since the John Marshall Monarchs in 2011.
Like Telez, who's a senior, Legore is a senior, Mezzanot is a senior, Flannery, who hasn't played tonight, just played one game all season, a senior. Kinchlow had an assist on it, he's a senior. Schaefer, Hamilton, Kent Jones, right? They should all be proud of the fact that they are part of a Neshannock program that's got back-to-back championships, and their season will end tonight in the semis.
35 seconds remain, and Morgantown about to punch their ticket to the 2025 PIHL Division II Championship. They will play the winner of either Burrell or Deer Lakes on Tuesday night, the 18th, 8:45 p.m. at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry. It'll be the final of the 4 PIHL championships. Cox with 11 seconds left, going to throw it back to the Morgantown zone, and we'll count it down. Country roads, take me home to Cranberry, PA, as the Morgantown Mohawks, the number 1 seed, advance and await either Burrell or Deer Lakes for the D2 championship.
Well, I talked about their offensive explosiveness. Be careful in this handshake line, too. There's a little bit of animosity. And it certainly was on display, right? And they were up against it, too, down 3-1. As we said, right? Probably not a lot of times they were behind during the season. Their response, really, really good stuff for the Mohawks.
13 goals are too many for us to go through, Bob, but take a look at the stats, and who do you want to name as our Drusky Entertainment 3 stars of the game?
So the multiple players with multiple points. Hollander 2 goals, 3 assists. Cox with 3 and 3. DiBartolomeo has a goal to go with his 5 assists. So for me, Jacob Hollander, 2 goals, 3 assists is 3. John DiBartolomeo, who was really good, by the way, the entire game, is 2. Even though he had 6 points, Cox with 6 points in the hat trick. So Cox with back-to-back hatties in the playoffs. Cooper Cox is the number 1 star for Morgantown.
Those are your Drusky Entertainment 3 stars of the game. We thank you for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the second half of these D2 semifinals. Burrell and Deer Lakes coming up next, but your final score here in Game 1. Top seeded Morgantown 9, number 4 Neshannock 4. For Bob Orquist, Matt Vandrick saying thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed watching it. The 2025 PIHL High School Hockey Playoffs are on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Wilson up the near side, chipped in by Jacob Hollander. Cox going to chase after it. Cox in tight. He rings it off the mask of Trip Johns. Saw that extra gear there for Cooper Cox. A couple of times, Morgantown High School, back when I was at WVU, was known as the Mohegans. Shot towards the net, misses. Follow-up try. Score! Sam Mezzanot puts the mesh in motion early, and Neshannock out to a 1-0 lead. Scrum develops in the corner. Mohawks come away with the puck. John DiBartolomeo puts it on, covered by Johns, and then pleasantries exchanged afterwards, likely talking about the 70-degree weather.
Hollander's chance at a goal, at a game-tying goal at that.
Morgantown has the puck. Cox finds it in the slot. Cox looks it over. Wrister coming. Pat, save made by Trip Johns. Up at home. The tick and the tack were there, Bob, but not the toe.
No toe. Here's DiBartolomeo again to Cox.
Reshot score! Cooper Cox. Boom, baby! The Mohawks tie it with 8:46 left in the opening period.
Quite something. And they won 4 Stanley Cups with that
in
style.
a row. Relic in front, save made, rebound, stop, follow up, score! And regardless, good feed here. Cox down the slot in front!
Oh.
And the net comes off the moorings. He put it there for DiBartolomeo. Bobby into the right circle, passes it down low. Centering try. DiBartolomeo trying to get it back there from Hollander. And the net is off the moorings again. We're going to give you a disclaimer now. The Nets do come to the circle. DiBartolomeo down low. Cox in front to DiBartolomeo. Denial seems it had to come. Trip John's a huge save.
So great give and go, and then John the ledger.
Xander Tellez, burst of speed across center red. Morgantown player loses edge. Here comes Tellez to the circle. Score! Xander Tellez, half man, half amazing. And Neshannock takes the 3-1 lead. Rocco gets one as well. And Xander Tellez stakes the Lancers to a 2-goal lead. Valenti turning from the circle. Save made by Trip Johns. Just done.
It makes me sad.
Yes, me as well. DiBartolomeo, good pass to the left side. Score! Jacob Hollander with the rip. And the Mohawks back within one, just like that.
59 through the regular season, 182 now. Total goals on the season, including the 2 playoff games.
Oh my goodness, so close to 183. But I think Kinchlow, Mezzanot going to get it back down low. Mezzanot centering, and the whistle here.
That's off.
Wilson made the save, but you can see the frustration.
We've got the Chooch and fries and slaw on our sandwiches.
Centering in front, save made. Mezzanot trying to sandwich that one into the, going to get the kill. Steal by Hollander, Penny.com power play over. Hollander taken down, and the Mohawks are going to get their first man advantage of the night as Lagore. Down the near wall, Hollander in the right circle. Hollander sends it to the top of the point now by DiBartolomeo. Back to Hollander, right circle, looks it over in front, has a man in tight to the backhand. Save made, Jones, rebound, score! Cooper Cox, Penny.com power play goal.
First of all, again, sure is fun to watch.
Drop pass, Cox. Down low, Cox to the backhand, score! Cooper Cox, just too sweet!
And the boards down in front of us.
Nice job there by Neshannock's Shane Johns to step in front. I'm sorry, Christopher Johns. It's back to the net and.
No. Well, they did. Those 2 goalies did.
Yes. Centering try. DiBartolomeo in front. Rack up the hat trick. Let him fly. Cooper Cox with 3. And Morgantown leads 5-3. Wendy's would give you a free cup of chili with your ticket. Didn't happen often. So Wendy's made out. Score! Dom Petrucci, one step closer to chili. Puts the 6th on the board. Getting back for Neshannock was Grant Hennon. Monitis back the other way. Rising shot absorbed and held by Ben Wilson as the fire wagon shows up again. Big second period for the big line. Giveaway, Shepard, pad save. Johns keeps Neshannock in it. The old roof, that was pre-collapse.
That is pre-collapse and pre-renovations. There's a block in front. Nice
Shepard out of the box in front. DiBartolomeo in front. Finish it. Petrucci. Chili, chili, chili. Penny.com power play goal equals a chili goal.
4 minutes into this third period.
And here comes Cooper Cox, shorthanded. Cox behind the defense. Cox to the net. Save made by Trip Johns. He tried to go back to the backhand. Might have lost. Well, last year was a lot of excitement with Duquesne and Pitt both making it. This year it's going to be Bobby Moe. Stick save made by Wilson. Follow-up try. Score! In tight for the Lancers. It's Xander Tellez tallying for the 2nd time tonight.
Morgantown.
Daffner, a little shaken up there for Morgantown. He collided with Johns right in front of the penalty box.
Wow.
And then finished off in the corner there is Will Lukenbach.
So for Johns, very physical.
DiBartolomeo back the other way as Cox going towards the net. DiBartolomeo drags, wrists it, scores! John DiBartolomeo, half man, half amazing. Playoff teams, the Neshannock game went to shootout. DiBartolomeo brings it back to Cox. Oh. He fans on a rebound. Big save made by Nolan Wilson. Next week, as Monitis brings it back to the net. Save Wilson, rebound, and Tellez just misses the HT.
Down the backhand and had some net to put
the Penguins Cup Championships of the Lemieux UPMC Sports Complex in Cranberry. Petrucci centers, follow-up try, save made. A couple of good looks in front there for Custer. Cam Smith all the way coast to coast, wrist shot coming, save made. Wilson with the stop, and then Smith ends up in the net. On his own valor that time. Strong in relief as Hennon brings it back the other way. Pocket pick. Lead feed. Hollander a 2-on-1. Hollander to the net. To the forehand. Score! Jacob Hollander. Chase now.
About 20. They've got 20 goals, Matt, in 2 playoff games.
Shepard with the steal. Has a man. Almost had 21. Valenti fires wide. Wilson, a huge save there.
They could have.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.